Labguy here. This video is just a compilation of a bunch of random shots that I've done as I cut up some sheet metal and some circuit board material, and the 10-4 Eleanor is converging onto a final finished product, and the construction of the cabinet, its final resting place. I'll mention briefly about the power supply as it goes. Drilling, filing, chopping, cussing, the usual. So enjoy. Alright, this bit of the video will be a brain biscuit for you guys. Little teaser, but this is the package that I am planning on putting the 10-4 Eleanor into. It will contain the Arduino, the Eleanor connectors, of course, the little rotary encoder, and our display. And as you can see, this case takes a metal plate for the panel. I bought this several years ago at a flea market. I don't know, I probably gave 50 cents, $1 for it, not much. And somebody had begun to construct it. This was their back panel, and you could see that they were intending on putting some DIN connectors in there, and apparently a DC barrel jack. And well, I can't say it's bad work, but based on this unfinished nature and this melted through rather than drilled cleanly, I would say that they were early in their competence learning curve, to be polite. But it's not, you know, when this was filed down there, it was fine. So that was their back panel, which goes in the back here. I may or may not repurpose it. I'll probably cut a new one. This was the original panel, and as you can see, they had drilled a location for apparently 3 toggle switches and 3 possibly LEDs. And they did chamfer the back. Chamfer, I think that's the correct term. They beveled it in. And again, it's pretty rough. Well, it turns out that I want to put the display in this panel, and I considered this one ruined because of those marks. And so last night, starting with a larger piece of material, I used my Dremel tool and a flat file to cut this piece of metal out. It's a little scuffed up on the back, but this other side's very pristine, other than this stamp, which I think I can sand off. I'm not sure. Anyways, I cut a new panel, and it fits perfectly. I didn't video that. It would have been an interesting video, but it was 99% of with the file, so not a lot of fun. And I also marked out the second location for the backup panel, but it has this bullet hole. It's a beveled hole. I call them bullet holes. This was my backup piece of metal in the event that I hosed this one. This one's very nice. I'm going to hang on to it for now. But after examining this one, it turns out that looking at that right there, this dimension, it perfectly covers those 6 holes. I mean, perfectly. You can't see it. Take my word for it. So if I were to cut a rectangular hole right along the outside edges of these holes, I would be within a 1/16 of an inch, a millimeter, millimeter and a half, 2 millimeters of having a large enough opening for that. And I'll give the original builder credit. He did a good job of marking these out and getting them centered. He put some construction marks on the back. the protective film is still on this metal, so we're in pretty good shape there. So today I'm going to attempt to cut this rectangular opening, and you can bet there's going to be a lot of involved. That's the official scientific term. I'll try to put that in the comments if I can figure out how to spell. So that's your brain biscuit for this video. Back to our regular scheduled program. First we got to get some marks on here. And hopefully we undercut this. Got that opening smaller than our display so that we can whittle it out. There we go. Now, when I cut this yesterday, I scored the metal with the cutting wheel and the Dremel tool on 3 sides, and then filed it down, but it filled the room with dust. Horrible, horrible aluminum dust, carborundum dust, and whatever the composite material the cutting wheel was made of. And I was blowing it out of my nose this morning, and I still am today. Probably was not good for my health. Today's strategy is going to be to use the step bit to make openings, large openings, which I will then cut through with either a hacksaw, if I can, or I don't have a large hacksaw. I have a little tiny hobby hacksaw, and then file, do a lot of filing. So that's the plan. Let's put some diagonals on this. Gives us some center marks of this. Let's see. Yeah, I believe if we drill right in the center of those 2 X's, maybe even here, that might be the answer. That power punch. Dead on accuracy is not important, as we will be whittling a lot of this away. That made my ears ring. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to buy a new book. Poor Harry Harrison's is getting the crap beat out of him. Alright. I suppose that's good enough. Alright. Quite possibly, if I drill the center hole first, I won't be able to drill the outside holes, so we'll start with the outside holes. I wish I had two of these books. Drill over the outside like that. Alright, we got another book that's not to be sacrificed, but I'll cover it up with the other piece of metal to protect it. And that should be a good enough support. Alright, let's see what we can do. I do believe that our problem is that we're not high enough up in the air. I can't go all the way through with the step bit. I've reached the mat. And I want that hole to be as big as possible. So, just cleaned this tray last evening. If you use your tools, they do get dirty. Alright, so we'll see if we can get away with doing this. I think that'll work. Continue. Yeah, that'll work. Ow! That may not work. Okay, so come all the way up to here. Boy, that ripped it right out of my hands. That's as far as it'll go. Okay. Try not to fling these chips all over this room. Okay. Do it again. Okay. She's starting to grab now. Clearly, I need a good set of work gloves for this. All right. So, what do you think is going to happen when we do this center hole? Will I be off to the emergency room? Let's find out. Well, it cut it through one side, but not the other. I don't know how much more that'll work. Okay. I've run out of bravery. Well, we've whittled out a lot of metal. That still, as you can see, is going to be a lot of filing. Wanted secretary for light filing. All right. We've made a large mess. No damage to my book. If you want a good laugh, Jonathan Winter's My Life in Search of a Playground. I read this sucker and my sides hurt so bad. Jonathan Winter's My Life as a Playground. Another shameless plug. That was a good man. And like all comedians, he was quite neurotic. I never was a good comedian. I could crack a good joke. But I guess I just wasn't neurotic enough. Good Lord, that's a lot of aluminum chips I got to get rid of. Aluminum chips like this are actually a fire hazard. The powder I was generating last night was especially prone to a flash ignition. And once lit, you can't put it out. It's very difficult to put it out. I suppose a CO2 extinguisher would do the trick. Oh joy! Well, I'm going to take a break. As you can imagine, I'm not overly thrilled to get started on that. If I had a saber saw. Here's a wacky idea. I don't know if it'll work. That. Just right. Great. Now you've done it. Ah, shoot. There you go. That was what? 2 minutes of sawing versus 2 hours of filing? Well, I didn't bend it up. So now the opening is open. I'm not thrilled with this. I threw the newspapers away yesterday. Probably use them today. Lucky lab guy. The other roommate didn't take out the trash. Alrighty. There we go. Maybe I should see if there's a sale on saber saws. Drill bits. Xmas stuff. Let's celebrate Xmas in a much more muted manner. Let's see how supporting massive corporations is good for the season. Good for the economy. Kind of misses the point, doesn't it? Well, this is going to be hours and hours of work. Wow. I'm almost done. I'm done. Look, I went to the store. I bought a thing. This should make life easy, he says, like he knows what he's talking about. We could just find the beginning of the tape. That's interesting. No. Oh, that looks like it. Could be. No. Of course. Of course it's not long enough. Okay. Oh, I see. It's my fault. I didn't buy any earplugs. I may regret that, but we'll see soon enough. Good enough. Oh, come on, man. I don't think it matters. But it matters. You know what I mean? Okay. Turn this around. There we go. Oh boy. Now we're going to have fun. We're going to put the garbage can underneath it. So we can catch the shavings. And then, of course, I'm right-handed. Ah, boy. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Magnifying eyeballs on. The blade doesn't fit in that hole. And it barely fits in that hole. Like butter. Okay. Turn it up a little. I would clamp the workpiece, but I don't have room. I don't have that room. Now can I turn? There we go. It's progress. What's that? Are my ears ringing? Yeah. I may have to mask the other side as well. Probably. Not yet. Now we don't have to get it precise with this. We just need to make it so that the amount of filing is at a minimum. Well, there's going to be some cramped hands today. I'd call that good progress. Not bad. Now, I need to okay. Well, it's ugly, but it's not bigger than the display, so we can certainly whittle it out. All right. We're off by quite a bit. Oh yeah, 3/8 of an inch or better. So, all right. Chewed up the tape. I have made bigger messes in the past. Alright, the power tool part might be done. Might be. I may hit it with the blade a couple more times, open that up just a little bit. But my hands are cramped. Oh, it's a fine pen. Okay, it writes. So our display is that long. Okay. Oh, we have quite a ways to go. And I think we need to even this up. 2.5. That puts us inside. And we are right there. That's beautiful. One and a half. Everything's always in the way, you know. That says that it's right there. Which edge was the clean edge? All of them. You can see how much farther this way and that way we've got to go. But this way we're okay. And that's definitely power tool work there. Not bad. Not bad. going to be fun. Where my other good clamps are. And besides, they're in the way. This saw is huge. This thing is huge. It's heavy too. And hopefully, the implication is that means it's good quality. Implications. I don't know. I'm not left-handed. Oh boy. Uh-huh. Take that cut across there. Okay, this one is, ooh. That's nowhere near that line. Okay. Hey, we're still undersized, which is good. That's very good. Now it's filing. It's filing time. Oh, God. I messed this side up pretty good. Okay, this stuff isn't helping. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to filing, part of the secret is to have a good, sharp file. Okay. Okay, our width is excessive. We're good on that. I just need to clean that up just a bit so it's square. This edge, and this edge are good. I got the stupid thing a little bit wide, but we can deal with that. Alright, so the top edge is now the working edge where we have to work. Okay, so bring it down. There's a line. I drew a line, so I have to come down to the line. Fortunately, this is an extremely aggressive file. Just deburring these inside edges. That's good. All right. Try to keep from getting too many filings inside the display. Okay, we've got a ways to go. We've got a ways to go. Keep going. Not far. Wanted secretary for light filing. Upside down, but still not there. Closer than ever. I want that bottom edge. Well, bottom edge is good. Yeah. Let's do it from the inside. Not quite. Right, but it's straight and even. Ah! Drop it in the filings. Okay, a little more. Ta-da! We're in. We're in? Yes. Yes, we are. Not too shabby. That didn't take long. All right. One last look. We're in. We are in. There'll be standoffs on the back. I'll drill the holes in the next segment. There we go. Later. Oh, well, the lights are out, but ta-da, nice and clean again. There we go. That's nice and pretty. Alrighty. And what we want to do is we want nice long screws and short standoffs. To give us that much clearance. It's a 1/4 inch. Oh, I didn't see that piece of tape. Alrighty. Now hopefully, of course not. Loosen them all. You see what I did was I loosened all of the screws so they can have some play. And now we can tighten up the spacers. Can you tell the hole's a piece of crap? it looks okay. It's going to be fine. These things always get beat up before they're done, but I'll probably put more tape on it before I drill any more holes. But the official front cover of this unit is well underway. That's what the finished 10-4 Eleanor will look like, with a couple of knobs, and that's pretty much it. Wow, it's amazing how soft this aluminum is. It gets dinged up real easy. The paper's scratching it up. We'll leave it at that. Okay. There we go. The metal is cut. Time to cut out a back panel for that box. This is circuit board, but it will be painted black when we're done, so it won't look nearly like this. A little bit, but not as bad. Oh. There we go. Be careful not to cut into the bench. Well, I think I already screwed it up, but we'll see. Love the dust. Yep, I saw it throws some sawdust. All right, back to our project box. Now we've got the back side opening. I'm sure I messed this up bad. Yeah, you never know. It almost fits. It almost fits. When the two halves are together. It's solid. I covered it in painter's tape, and it hides the circuit board. It's still a circuit board, but this is going to support all my connectors. So there we go. Nice. This approximates very nicely what the finished Eleanor will look like. We have the Eleanor board we have the Arduino Mega. I got another one of those jacks, hex jacks, and the rotary encoders. I need a toggle switch for power. I bought this nifty power supply on eBay. It has a 5-pin DIN connector. This was a Globetech power supply. I don't know what it's for, but it puts out +5 at 1 amp, +12 at 300 milliamps, and -12 at 300 milliamps. So it's absolutely perfect for powering this unit. So there'll be a DIN connector for receiving the DC. It's a AC input. It's a linear supply. I got 2 of these for 30 bucks, and I bought a switching power supply for another $35. It also has a DIN connector. I'm certain the pinout will be different, and if its size is dramatically different and the weight, this is pretty hefty, but this is an analog power supply. I like that. And that'll be the power supply for the Eleanor, and this is the final appearance. So we are approaching finalization on the project. It's coming together now. Well, there it was. I hope you enjoyed that video. It's just a bunch of clips, probably fishbowl cammed and so on. But while I'm at it, I want to welcome all of the new subscribers. The channel is gaining some popularity, and I appreciate that. I appreciate every one of you who sign up. I appreciate the really positive comments I've been getting. All are of a helpful nature, and thank you for following the NBTV series of projects. Hopefully the project that follows this one will get you the most excited, though the bad news is it'll be the hardest one for other people to copy, and you'll see why when I get into that. That's just a little teaser for you. The project plows on, so until next time, Lab Guy out.